Welcome back, Sweeney Baseball Live on Manchester Public Television, Channel 16, 2025. Sweeney, Post 2, coming at you from Gill Stadium. I'm Zach Johnston alongside Kyle Heavey. It's a pleasure to be with you on this very warm afternoon as Jaden Rodriguez will make, I believe it is his Sweeney debut on the mound for Post 2. Kyle, great to be back.
Yo, Zach, this is going to be a doubleheader today, so we're getting ready. The season has started a little bit later here for Sweeney with the rain out on Tuesday, but we're excited to see what this team can do. And obviously with a lot of these players that you used to play with here at Memorial on the field here today, it's got to be exciting for you to be here.
So let's take a look at the starting defense for Sweeney in the outfield left to right. They have Pierre Mendez, Alex Rodriguez, and Will Sloper. On the infield third to first, it's Chris Rodriguez, Alex Rodriguez, his brother. Ryan Boylan's at second base, and Tim Evans is the first baseman as Joe Allard does the catching for Jaden Rodriguez for Post 2. Let's take a look. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 of the 9 guys on the starting lineup I have been teammates with. So this makes this Sweeney team a little extra special for me.
And we're excited to see. We actually spent a lot of time in this booth last year doing Legion Baseball, including the Northeast Regional Tournament, and we're glad to see that this is back. Obviously, it is a very warm 89 degrees, an extremely humid day. These boys got to stay hydrated to try to stay in this game for as long as they can, and we'll do the same up here in the press box, but we do have severe thunderstorms in as a warning here, so we'll see what happens. But obviously for Jaden Rodriguez, he would like to start off strong here.
Well, we're going to get ready to go. Leading off for Weare Post 65 is the opponent, by the way. I don't even think we mentioned them. Sweeney's going up against Weare Post number 65 as their center fielder Hayden Pond will lead off. Kyle and I were talking before the game that a lot of these Weare players are from the Division II John Stark team that lost in the state championship game on Saturday.
And you got to see them, Zach, to see what type of team they are, and they made it quite far in the tournament, but just not able to get to that Delta Dental Stadium for the championship game. But what were you seeing out of them from that semifinal game?
They're a very well-rounded baseball team, but when they start to make mistakes, they start to topple down. But here we go. It's time. Sweeney baseball is underway with a strike to Hayden Pond.
Umpires here for today's game. We got Will Henderson doing the plate work as he will be very busy with trying to deal with the equipment and everything like that he has on. Drew Hill is at first, and Gary Noyes will be the third baseman. Gary, a very veteran umpire here in the state of New Hampshire, so we'll see him many times this season, Zach.
Cut and a foul ball, and it's 1-2. Rodriguez ahead in the count. Facing Jaden Rodriguez, it's the curveball that gets you. If he can locate it today, get these Weare Post 65 hitters off balance. The leadoff hitter's down in a 1-2 hole. Here's the pitch from Jaden. It's another pop-up, that one floating out of play.
And, Zach, you obviously have played out here hundreds of times at this moment. These foul balls, do they look like you can still catch them with the amount of room here?
By the time it comes off the bat, most of the time you know when it's going out of play. As Rodriguez looking to put away the first hitter, Pond. Here's the 1-2 again, and that got him. It hit him in the back. And he'll toss the bat and get a free base.
Certainly not what Jaden was hoping to do there with them down in the count 1-2, but just curveball did not change. And obviously we know that the mound situation is always special here at Gill, and hopefully that was just a mistake that didn't release it off of his fingers properly. But now we'll see what Weare can do with a runner at first.
Another John Stark guy, Chase Philbott. He's the shortstop. Runner takes off. Pitch is grounded to third. Rodriguez backhands it. Chris from across the diamond. Picked by Evans, and there is out number 1.
Evans, excited to see what this kid can do. He was a graduate of Trinity High School and taking over your position here, Zach, at first, where, red jerseys, first base. I'm so used to you being out there. But
I would not be the leadoff hitter. I will tell you that right now. We got a runner in scoring position and 1 out for Aiden Williams, the pitcher. A hard-hitting lefty takes ball 1 upstairs.
It worked for a sacrifice perfectly, though.
So they sent Pond on Joe Allard, and I'm excited to see how the young Joe Allard will do. Just finishing up his sophomore year. He's a young catcher for a senior Sweeney team that lost their catcher to Wears. We'll get to that soon. Here's the 1-0 from Jaden. Caught the corner, and it's 1-1.
You know, Henderson seems like he has a very wide strike zone at this moment, Zach. It seems like a lot of the pitches to the left side of the plate here and more towards the have been called strikes. So working in his favor.
1-1 Williams, that's going to be up and out. And, yeah, it all comes down to the approach the hitter has. Once you get a good view of the strike zone, Williams is pitching too. So it's good to know what you're going to get strike zone-wise when you're pitching as well. Jaden, here's the 2-1 from him. Into shallow left field. Pierre coming in. He can't make the play, and it's going to get by him, and it's going to roll. Pierre couldn't get in front of it, and it's 1-0 post 65.
Yeah, it took a awful bounce on Pierre. Nothing that Pierre could really have done. It just was slicing and just got past him out into left field, and the Central senior will have to get that. He's even saying, like, yeah, I got it for next time to try to figure this out as now Sweeney Post down 1-0, like you said.
Same situation, runner on second, 1 out. Rodriguez, first pitch popped up right behind us out of play. And we could hear that thing.
Yeah, up on the rooftop.
Here's Ryder Brown, the first baseman.
So Jaden's done a great job of getting ahead of the count each batter so far through the first 4.
Up in the air. Is this playable for Evans? It's deep out there, and it's going to fall in front of him. And I have made my plays and missed my plays over there tracking foul balls.
Now, Zach, obviously you're thinking about you want to catch that ball first and foremost, but it also kind of works that he doesn't catch it as the runner was on off.
Exactly.
I mean, that would have been an easy 90 feet getting to third with that.
Still want to get the second out.
So it's tough to.
Jaden way ahead here, 0-2. To Brown. Here's the pitch. And he fights it directly behind him. The base runner is Aiden Williams, who singled into left field and advanced to second on a fielding error from Pierre Mendez, which allowed Hayden Pond to come around to score as it's 1-0 post 65 here in the top of the first inning. Rodriguez, here's the pitch. On the ground, right back to him. He's going to look the runner back and get the out at first.
It's great play by a veteran pitcher right there. Just made sure that the runner was not going anywhere. If he had, he certainly would have been tossed for sure, but instead gets the easy 1-3 out, and now with 2 down, we'll see what number 17 can do for this Weare squad.
Old friend Andrew Hunton, the catcher last year for Sweeney, now playing for post 65 in Weare. Rodriguez needs 1 more out to try to limit to this just being a 1-run inning. He's going to miss up high, and it's ball 1.
Now, got to be kind of a weird spot for Hunton here, is almost kind of becomes friends with these guys and now has to face them.
There's a lot of new faces for Sweeney this year, although I will say, and that's fouled back, which makes it 1-1. They put him on the lineup card as Andy Hunton, which I find that interesting.
You know, some people just, you know, maybe you can go for Zachary next time you
The name
play.
Andrew has many nicknames. Here's the 1-1 pitch from J-Rod. Caught the corner, and it's 1-2. That's a really good pitch from Jaden. Now he's ahead.
Like the new jerseys here from Sweeney Post, though. I definitely, we're kind of mentioning them right before the broadcast, and Jaden looks sharp in it.
Smoke down the line, but out of play. Hunton fighting off what looked to be a high breaking ball. The count is 1 ball and 2 strikes to Andrew Hunton. They got a runner on second in Aiden Williams. J-Rod looking to get out of the inning. Here's the 1-2 to Hunton. He kicks and deals. And that misses up high, and the runner actually slipped on the turf there a little. We'll have a little maybe back pick from Joe. That would be electric.
If Boylan would have been a little bit closer, that certainly could have been something. But I think Jaden's just worried about the batter at this moment.
Yeah. 2-2 from Jaden. Into shallow right. Sloper will make the catch for out number 3. So just 1 run coming across on a RBI single from Aiden Williams, who will be the pitcher for Weare post 65. When we come back, it'll be Tim Evans, Alex Rodriguez, and Jaden Rodriguez due up for post number 2. Ready to go here for the bottom of the first here from Gill Stadium. It'll be Tim Evans leading things off for Sweeney post number 2.
Excited to see what he can bring to this Sweeney post squad. It's first year here on Sweeney, and as a leadoff hitter, you got to be obviously impressive in some way. So we'll see if it's his speed or maybe he connects with the ball very well.
He is late on Aiden Williams' first pitch, which is very hard. Aiden Williams, you talked to Dennis Pelletier and some of the Weare coaching staff. They said that their strong side is pitching.
And obviously to have the 1-0 lead, that helps them out a lot. And we were watching Williams warm up, and he certainly has some velocity. It's just a matter of can the Sweeney post squad catch up to that.
Can he locate is the question as well. He's missed on back-to-back pitches, and it's going to be 2-1 to Evans. Alex Rodriguez is on deck. Big cut and miss. And by Alex Rodriguez, I mean the sophomore, now junior Alex Rodriguez from Memorial High School. 3 balls, 1 strike. Correction, that was a 2-2 count. He'll ground this over to second. Nagel will make the play for out number 1.
Well, we'll learn from that for sure. He just kind of was behind some of those swings with trying to catch up to the fastball, but at least he made contact, and we'll see what he can do later in this game. But obviously his first base position is looking strong, so we'll see what happens here. But with now your former teammate who did a lot of positions here this season, and now will be playing the shortstop.
Grounds this to short. Third base, Bishop will take it, throw it low, and it gets away from Brown and will roll out of play, and that'll be 2 bases for A-Rod. So little Alex in scoring position for Sweeney on an E5 on a ball that could have easily been played by Philbrick there.
That was a very strange play, Zach. We both thought that the shortstop was going to get that. The third baseman came in. It was such a slow roller that someone had to make a decision and try to make a play, and unfortunately it goes as an error, and now a runner in scoring position here.
Alex has some speed. Base hit should score a run. Here's the pitcher, Jaden Rodriguez, with 1 out, and Alex on second. He'll swing and miss at strike 1.
Now, Jaden, for his Central West season, his senior season, felt like he hit the ball very well. Just sometimes things didn't go as well as planned. I know he, was trying to run as quickly as he could. He got thrown out a few times on some hard hit balls, but at the same time, he did probably lead the team with RBI. So a chance for him to get one on Sweeney now.
It would help himself out too. It's the count 1-1 from Aiden Williams. Alex has a decent-sized lead at second. 1-1, Williams. That's up and in. Jaden getting out of the way of that, and it's 2-1.
Is that a little revenge here? You hit my guy, I'll hit you now. I don't think it was. I think it was just a little inside, but we'll see if there's any more inside pitches here.
Williams definitely throws hard. Here's the 2-1. Jaden looking to bring home the tying run. He didn't go. It gets behind the catcher. Hunton will trap it, and Alex smartly heads back to second. And the count is 3-1.
Yeah, Hunton for sure is very familiar with this turf.
Oh, yeah.
It's a huge benefit for him for sure.
Jaden, if he likes it, he's going to crush it. 3 balls, 1 strike for Aiden Williams. Swinging a rope shot that goes foul and would have easily brought home the tying run if that had gone fair. Jaden just a little bit behind it.
You called that. It ends up at the 312 mark, right at the foul pole, but just inches away from being fair. And boy, that would have been a 2, possibly even 3 for him. But we'll just now go to a full count.
Here's the 3-2. Rodriguez, little Alex on second with 1 out. Williams versus Jaden Rodriguez. He kicks and deals. High pop-up. Philbrick calling it. Philbrick has it. 2 outs.
The wind today is going to be wild as it has been changing directions. Right now it's mainly heading out towards right field, but with storm systems building to our west, we'll see what will happen here. But certainly it could be great for opposite field hitters today.
Wind definitely not helpful. I wish I was down there. I'm an opposite field hitter. Here's Pierre Mendez with 2 outs. Alex Rodriguez on second after the error from Jaden Bishop. That is going to miss for ball 1. Alex is getting some good secondaries. At what point do you just try and test them? See what you can get. You can move them to third. They're not really holding them on.
Now they are.
Williams with the pitch, swing and a miss from Pierre, and it's 1-1. That ball just landed fair from Jaden. He crushed it.
Yeah,
it's just going to show how fast Aiden Williams is really throwing. Because if he throws a couple miles per hour less, Jaden's putting that in the gap. 1 ball, 1 strike to Pierre Mendez, and we'll have time called from the Sweeney left fielder with 2 outs.
Pierre would love to get his revenge right here.
I was just thinking the same thing. Little Alex on second. 2 outs. Williams, here's the pitch. Another pop-up. Calling for that is Ryan Nagel. That's 3 outs. Sweeney unable to leave the infield in the bottom of the first. It's 1-0 post 65 as they'll have Travis Lasovsky, Ryan Nagel, and Jaden Bishop due up in the top of the second. We'll be right back here on Channel 16. Top of the second here from Gill Stadium. Zach Johnston, Kyle Levy from Manchester Public Television, Channel 16's coverage of Sweeney baseball. It's 1-0 post 65 here in the top of the second as they look to extend their lead.
It's been a week and a half, Zach, without any sort of baseball action here on Manchester Public Television. So kind of glad to be here as we did see Trinity get their victory in the playoffs here, but they were not able to get past Exeter, who went on to win the championship here. So a slow couple weeks for the sports world here for Manchester TV, but able to be back here with Sweeney, and now we'll see if they can get things rolling here down 1-0.
Well, Lasovsky is down in the hole 0-2. Rodriguez got that second pitch to be fouled back, and now he's in the driver's seat. Here's the 0-2, looking to punch out his first victim, possibly. Here it comes. And just over the head of Boylan into right field, and that's a 2-strike hit from Travis Lasovsky.
And that's difficult right there. Again, another batter that Jaden is able to get ahead on and just able to just hit the barrel it out towards the right field and gets to first safely for the first batter, and now we'll see what they can do to increase their lead.
Ryan Nagel, the batter. Lasovsky, the base runner after that 2-strike hit. That's going to miss.
Nagel had a busy bottom of the first here with 2 of those outs, Zach.
Yep.
So we'll see if he can help the team some more with his bat here, but
he's batting in the 7 hole. Throw over. You can always tell by the way the runners dive back as to how good the pickoff move is. If it's just a simple dive back like they knew it was coming, he scrambled back to the bag. I don't think he was expecting that. Jaden's got a really good move, too. Bunt down. It's going to land fair, and Joe could not get to it in time. So that is a bunt hit, as those two didn't really go for the baseball.
Yeah, that was a very awkward spot. Both of them should have communicated, but first 2 runners are on for Weare as they are looking to make some noise here with the bottom of their lineup, Zach.
Ryan Nagel bunts for a hit as that brings up Jaden Bishop, the third baseman, who made that throwing error on Alex. That did not result in anything, but you can get a ground ball here in turn 2. Could be huge for Jaden. They're going to bunt again. This time it will land foul, and Joe Allard will touch it at the right time. Why not? Try it again.
Small ball. I love it. Why not? You know, it's
the wind.
The wind's
well, the wind's blowing out now. The wind's all
I mean,
over the
it's
place.
all over the place.
Yeah.
We'll be able to hear that more and more on the mic throughout this next few hours.
We'll be thinking back to the first inning when it was beautiful.
As the clouds have started to come in here. It helps.
First and second, nobody out for post 65. Bunt down, runners go, and it will go foul.
That one was just upstairs. He really should not have gone for that one. But
Jaden knew it. Jaden knew he was going for it again, and you either go inside or high when you're trying to, someone's going to bunt. Inside, you'll get them to pop up. Up in the air, you'll get them to pop up. But you can't put it right down the middle.
We'll see if they go for it. Obviously, your chances are very slim on doing it, but if he's a good bunter, we'll see if he goes for it. No.
Bishop got him looking, and the first strikeout for big Jaden Rodriguez is exactly where he needs it with 2 runners on.
That's almost like a thank you K right there. The bunts just did not go down. He fouled 2 and then just watches a curveball go past you for strike 3.
It's very hard to take the first 2 pitches in bunt mode and then go into hitting mode. It's even harder when you're down 0-2 and then you have to protect as well. First and second, 1 out. In the air, center field, backing up. Alex Rodriguez will make the catch. No advancements from the runners, and that is huge for Jaden.
1 pitch, 1 out. I love to see that.
That was Desmond Bogle. I couldn't even say his name. Didn't have time to, and that'll bring up Hayden Pond, who now they're back to the top of the order. They can, do some damage with 2 outs here, but you got to think, huge burden off the shoulders of Jaden Rodriguez. Now a ground ball, you're done out of the inning. You can get it out anywhere in the infield, and I don't think they're going to bunt.
Well, hopefully he learns from his mistake of not hitting the batter here like he did to start this game.
Starts him with something low that skips away from Allard, but he swung and missed at it. So I don't know if that was just a really good pitch or a really bad pitch to swing at. Whatever it is, it's 1 strike to the leadoff hitter Pond, who came around and was the only run to score so far in this game. Just missed up and in, and the count runs to 1-1. When you can get your leadoff hitter up again in the second inning, they could walk out of this still a 1-0 game. The momentum is in your favor. When you can turn your lineup over in the second inning. Little throw over that Boylan stabs at.
Weird how it just...
He was trying to make the tag before he caught it. That's exactly what he just did there, and he knows it.
Well, he looks at his glove saying it's the glove's fault, not me, coach.
1 ball, 1 strike to Hayden Pond. Ground ball, making out anywhere, get out of the inning. Tipped and into the mid of Allard for strike 2.
It's got to be so difficult, though, Zach. You kind of get yourself ready for a fastball type pitcher, and then you got Jaden Rodriguez throwing a lot of curveballs.
1 more strike. Yeah, it's tough for them to get to. That's popped up. They got to call it. Jaden wants it. He's backing up. It's going to be caught by Chris Rodriguez. And they escape the jam as Chris was there to back up Jaden after that ball kept carrying in the wind. This game remains 1-0.
We'll be back for the bottom of the second right after this.
The man who saved the inning for Sweeney by catching the pop-up, Chris Rodriguez, will come in, and he will be the leadoff hitter for Sweeney here in the bottom of the second. They trail 1-0 to post 65, Weare, New Hampshire. Sweeney baseball here on Manchester Public Television. Bottom of the second, 1-0 Weare, as Chris Rodriguez gets his first at-bat of the day.
It's going to be fun for me, Zach, throughout this season, having to get used to saying different teams that I haven't been saying.
Right.
Like, Weare, I don't. It's wild to see that.
Yep. 1-0, Chris on the ground, up the middle, base hit. Chris Rodriguez leads off with a single. Philibot couldn't range over to get it, and that is a big hit there from Chris.
Yeah, he got a good part of that bat right there. You could hear that the ding right there, and thankfully he was able to put enough velocity on it to get out, and now leadoff single here was Sweeney trying to get another run on the board. Another attempt anyway.
We'll see if they try to move him over. Yeah, we'll see. You heard him call out. Watch out for the bunt. Aiden Williams, that's his first hit given up. Boylan takes ball 1.
Ryan kind of shakes his head there. He just did not like that pitch or something.
Rodriguez, the base runner after his leadoff single. Boylan, that will be strike 1.
Looks like he has some new cleats here, Zach. Those things look sharp as can be.
We used to have the same cleats. Although those the ones we share, he can't wear here with the metal spikes. 2 balls, 1 strike to Boylan.
Maybe he'll wear them next week when they play up in Concord.
Yep, possibly. 2 balls, 1 strike. Williams, here's the pitch. That's going to skip. Leadoff single from Rodriguez. All of a sudden, Sweeney's got some momentum, and Ryan Boylan has got to be looking to get a hit here. 3-1. Pick out something you like. That's ball 4. He didn't like that. And now, first and second for Will Sloper.
Really didn't have any pitches that were even considerable to hit right there, Zach.
Sloper's got to understand that because he loves to swing. He's got to know You kind of bunt him over maybe. Joe Allard on deck with Big Alex to follow. With nobody out, what will Sweeney Post do? Aiden Williams versus Will Sloper. First pitch on the corner, strike one.
One of my favorite hits this season was from Will for this Memorial squad when he went opposite field and got it over the third baseman's head.
I was on base for that.
Yes, you were.
One strike here to Will as Williams, Aiden Williams on the mound, comes set, fires up high.
Oof. That was a good jump there by
Andrew Hunton. He doesn't make that catch.
Easy 90 feet.
It's second and third, nobody out. Williams has to keep that in mind, too, because if he spikes one, very easy to move. And you got guys on base who are used to playing at Gill Stadium. Will with a mighty hack at something that looked high from here. It's going to be 1-2. Yeah, swing with two hands. I've been telling him that for 3 years. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Sloper.
Williams looks back at second, though.
Here's the pitch. And he strikes him out. Got the big hearty hack. And that's out number 1. It'll bring up Joe Allard in a big spot for his first senior Sweeney at bat.
Both pitchers able to help themselves out with getting Ks. We saw it in the top part of the inning with Jaden. Now we're seeing it here in the bottom.
Well, both teams leave runners on base. Joe Allard just got to put something in play. That one's going to miss off the plate for ball 1.
And Joe's got some size here for sure. He's definitely got to be about 6 foot tall, 180 pounds, I'd say. See if he can get a hold of one, send it out, find a gap.
Swing and a miss, 1-1.
Swing looked like he could have.
He swings hard. Here's the 1-1 to Joe Allard. Chris Rodriguez on second, Ryan Boylan on first. Here's the pitch from Aiden Williams. Swing and a miss, and it's 1-2. They can't catch up to it. This bottom of the order, except Chris Rodriguez, are all late on Aiden Williams. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Aiden in the driver's seat. Throw over to second, keep Rodriguez close. That's Chris Rodriguez at second. With big Alex Rodriguez on deck.
Yeah, weird to have so many Rodriguez on this squad.
1-2 to Joe Allard. Here's the pitch from Williams. Runner takes off for third, pitches down and low. Hutton's throw is late, and it's a double steal from Sweeney. Chris Rodriguez was off like a rocket. He ran like his life depended on it, and he will steal third. Boylan goes to second. That's big because now a ground ball changes the aspect here. You can score a run on something hit to second. Chris got to be smart here. Joe, put something in play. Tie this game up. Williams looking to get the second out. Here's the pitch. 2-2 to Allard. Ground ball down the line. Foul. That would not have done much if it was in play. Bishop. Well, you don't know. You don't know if it had gone in play. What could have happened? 2-2 to Allard. We'll see if Williams attacks him or tries to get a chase. Here's the pitch. Upstairs, and the count runs full.
Not by much, Zach. That was definitely a scare right there to see what Will Henderson was going to give for him for a call, but gets another to life. First base is open.
Here's the pitch to Allard. Williams coming to him. Right there, and he strikes out looking. 2 outs for post 65. Back-to-back Ks. Sloper swinging, Allard looking. And now 2 outs. Here's big Alex Rodriguez, the center fielder. I think this is why Coach Corvos put him in the 9 spot. Good double leadoff with Tim Evans on deck, but 2 outs. Chris Rodriguez on third, Ryan Boylan on second. Rodriguez singled, Boylan walked, and they both stole to get to those positions. That's going to be right at the knees for strike 1.
Inside on the knees, Zach, that's a tough one to hit right there.
Could you imagine giving up the first 2 base runners and then getting 3 straight strikeouts? It's a possibility for Aiden Williams as he's ahead 0-1 on Alex Rodriguez. Ground ball skips off of the chest of Williams going to first, and they escape the jam. Both Sweeney and Weare leave runners on base in the second inning, and we remain at a 1-0 ball game. So Rodriguez and Boylan left stranded When we return, Weare will be up. It'll be Chase Philbrick to lead things off. We'll be right back for the top of the third. Top of the third inning here from Gill Stadium, 1-0 Weare over Sweeney. And it'll be shortstop Chase Philbrick leading things off for post 65 against Jaden Rodriguez, who got out of his own jam last inning. Oh, he threw behind him. We could hear the sound that you just made there. That was close to hitting him.
That was scary right there. I can't believe that didn't hit him, and how Joe was able to catch it. That's always an impressive feat, too, when you can just throw your glove out there and still catch it behind a player.
Rodriguez catches the bottom of the zone for strike one. That wouldn't look
I'm hearing a lot of wows out there as well.
What happens as an umpire, and I'll speak as an umpire, when a batter just walks away from the pitch, the strike zone just gets bigger because it's harder to judge. That's going to be on the ground to Alex, who will throw over to first, picked by Evans for out number one.
That scared me, Zach, as seemed like he had enough time and just kind of lollipopped it over to first, but able to still make that play as Evans.
This is still a young infield beside Evans, because you got Chris Rodriguez, who's about to be a senior, Alex Rodriguez, who's about to be a junior, and Ryan Boone, who's about to be a junior, as well as Will Sloper in right field, who's about to be a junior. This is a young team. Popped up, left side, backing up Alex. He's got it on the run. And the hat comes off, and the second out is made as he gets Aiden Williams to pop up. That's big for Jaden. Weak contact from the heavy hitters. It'll bring up Ryder Brown with 2 outs.
That's huge right there. I mean, pitch count has got to be a big thing. And as a team that really doesn't hit the ball excessively here from Weare, having this 1-0 lead, hopefully we get some runs from Sweeney. But right now they're going to take the lead.
An untied shoe here from little Alex after making those plays. Been busy at shortstop for him this inning. Here's Ryder Brown with 2 outs. Brown, the first baseman for Weare, and he gets hit. And he didn't even – he took that like a champ. That's how I'll say it. Hit by pitch. That's the second one from Jaden.
Now, Zach, as an umpire, he didn't even make an attempt to get out of the way on a slow – you just go with the flow here?
Oh, yeah. You're not going to call that. He has to lean into the strike zone. I'll never call and he didn't attempt to move. If the pitcher's throwing that inside, he deserves to give up the base. 1 out, 2 outs here.
Always intriguing to hear the thoughts from a umpire, a coach, a player here in Zach Johnston.
It's fair. Swing and a miss from Hutton, as I've had a few of those falling on my knees here. Not just because of the turf at Gill Stadium, but just because of how unbalanced I am.
We'll just blame the turf.
Yeah, okay. You know what? That's good. That's what I normally do. Although, we played Londonderry. I'll tell you a funny story. Here's the 0-1 from Rodriguez. On the ground and gets away from Chris. Alex will get there. He'll throw it. Tag him. Oh, my God. If he had tagged him, he just ran off the bag. 2 outs. As Chris, that one was smoked right at him. But you'll kind of have to rule that an error as Hunt aboard with 2 outs.
That's tough. I mean, the way that it bounced out of his glove there, and still made a play, but just wasn't able to get the out.
Travis Lasofsky, I'll tell my story. We were getting no hit by Londonderry. I got the first hit of the game to right field, and I slipped in the batter's box and fell. And I was a couple feet away from getting thrown out from right field because of it. And I was running as hard as I humanly could to try to, one, break up the no-hitter or not get thrown out from right field. And I just totally ate it in the batter's box.
Londonderry had a very good team this year as well.
Popped up. RB makes the grab for out number 3. So despite a hit by pitch and an error, Sweeney keeps Weare off the scoreboard, and it remains 1-0. As it'll be back to the top of the order with Timothy Evans, Alex Rodriguez, and Jaden Rodriguez for Sweeney in the bottom of the third. We'll be right back. Back to the top of the order for Sweeney post number 2 with the first baseman, Timothy Evans, who grounded out to second base back in the bottom of the first inning. It's still Aiden Williams on the hill for Weare, and that's going to be up high for ball 1. Bottom of the third, still 1-0 Weare. After their first batter of the game, Hayden Pond, who got hit, came around to score and has been the only run thus far. That one up high again, 2-0 to Tim Evans.
I mean, both squads here, Zach, over the past inning and a half have both left 2 runners on base, and it's kind of getting to a point where something's going to happen here. But we do know that we have a good pitching battle here going on, so they're going to make the plays, but it's just a matter of who's going to break here.
Neither team have been able to come through. 2 balls, 1 strike. Williams after that hard foul back from Evans. Here's the pitch. That's going to skip. 3-1. So if he's in the leadoff spot for a reason, you can't walk him because, you know, sooner or later he's going to try to steal. They're going to try to use his speed. They already did the double steal with Chris Rodriguez and Boyle. And here's the 3-1. Late on it again, and it's going to be full. Full count. Here's the pitch to Evans. Williams comes set, kicks and deals. And he walked him. Ball 4 up high, and Evans has a leadoff walk.
Well, that's a great way to start things off for Sweeney, with able to get the leadoff hitter on again. Now we'll see if they can get some hits here and try to get him in to tie this game up now.
Little Alex Rodriguez grounded to third and advanced 2 bases due to a throwing error from Jaden Bishop. Evans on first. He's got a decent lead. First pitch and a hard foul back from Alex.
Oof. Hit a railing hard and everything.
Umpire Will Henderson out of balls, as he's got one. But that's playing at Gill. You're going to lose a lot of game balls.
I saw some on the roof as I was climbing the
That's
stairs.
a large lead there from first base. And he's in there. You can always hear Brendan Shipe in the dugout yelling back. He's always the loudest one in there. And he's been like that since he was my teammate my freshman year. 0-1. We'll watch Evans. He stays. Rodriguez on the ground to second. This could be 2. They flip to short out there on to first. He's off the bag. So Alex on a fielder's choice. They get the out at second.
Still an agonizing feeling right there, taking out one of your teammates, but at least he was able to hustle the whole entire way to first to get himself safe. And now we'll see what he could do with one down, but now we're going to have a...
They're going to appeal this. It looks like the manager, Dennis Pelletier, is coming to the umpire who made the call, which is a sign of an appeal, as Travis Lasovsky is enjoying his time out there on the turf. Now he's back up on his feet.
It's always tough to go into someone else's ballpark, try to figure out the logistics and the understanding, but, you know, either way, they just want to get things right.
They want the second out here is what they want. They don't want the double play. They want this to be 2 outs with Jaden Rodriguez up instead of 1 runner on, 1 out for Jaron Duran. Yeah, no, Jaden Rodriguez.
And Drew Hill gives them the explanation of things, and seems like Coach Pelletier is not too upset with things. And
so it's more of just a logistics question of, like, did he come off the bag, or what, did he beat it? Did he control the bag? Because as a coach, you come out and you're asking the umpire because you want answers. And if an umpire can't give you a clear answer, that's when you appeal the play.
The thing that was weird.
Runner takes off. It's going to bounce, and little Alex will take second base.
Unnecessary slide at the end there, Zach. But when you have that much speed, you got to slow it down somehow, I suppose. So
he loves to do that. Now they don't turn the double play. They don't win the appeal. Now there's a runner in scoring position for Jaden Rodriguez. On the ground to the right side, it will be fielded by Nagel. It'll move Alex to third with 2 outs for Pierre Mendez.
Certainly not what Jaden wanted to do there, but at the same time, it still works as a sacrifice. And now we'll see if Huntington have a pass ball or something to tie up this game. Jaden not trying to use too much energy as he will return to the pitcher mound in the 4th.
Pierre just got to get something into the outfield, drop something. 2 outs for Sweeney with the tying run on third. Aiden Williams looking to have Sweeney leave more runners on base. He's going to miss up and in for ball 1 to Pierre. Mendez popped up to second base to end the bottom of the 1st inning. He's up with 2 outs again. Swinging a missile into right center. He crushed it, and right there to make the catch is Lasovsky. He did exactly what he needed. He crushed it into the gap, but Lasovsky was right there. And that, after 3 complete innings, will keep the score at 1-0 for Weare Post 65, who will have the 7, 8, 9 hitters Ryan Nagel, Jaden Bishop, and Desmond Bogle due up when we return here on Channel 16 for the top of the 4th. We'll be right back. Top of the 4th, Post 65, Weare, New Hampshire looking to extend their 1-0 lead over Sweeney. They'll have their second baseman, Ryan Nagel, leading things off against Jaden Rodriguez.
5:45 right now, Zach, and we've gone through 3 innings. It's looking pretty good here as both teams are really keeping the hits down, keeping the base runners down. And
base runners are there. They're just not scoring. Both teams are leaving runners on. That's going to be low, and it's 2-0.
I mean, Sweeney Post only has 1 hit so far in this game, and for now with the Weare squad, they're at the bottom of the lineup, so each player has gotten a chance to hit off of Jaden so far.
That one right down the middle for strike 1.
After the sitting, that is.
Yes.
We'll see.
Ware's left 5 men on base. Sweeney has left 4. Oof. Look close. Good take by Nagel. It's 3-1. May have clipped the corner.
I mean, he's given a sigh of relief right there, thinking that was surely a strike, and, well, gets a 3-1 count now. See if he can hit it, send one away.
Oh, he was way late.
As he nearly destroyed his teammates.
He hit it into his own dugout, and he was so late on it. I don't even know how
Will Henderson's like, yeah, let's get you guys back.
We'll probably do it to both dugouts. Yeah.
Yeah, we're seeing a few of your teammates and friends here just kind of chilling out there.
Yep. The count is full here to Ryan Nagel after he fouls that off. A long at-bat to lead off the top of the 4th. Here's Rodriguez. Here's the 3-2. That is right there for strike 3. Got him looking, and that's how the inning starts for Sweeney.
That's a good way right there. Coming back, your 3-1 count. You got to throw 2 consecutive strikes and able to get that call from Will Henderson for strike 3 in just his 2nd K of the day.
1 down. It'll bring up Bishop, who he struck out back in the 2nd. Jaden can start getting the punch-outs. He throws up and in for ball 1.
At the same time, back in the 2nd inning, he did a great job of getting a couple ground balls and a pop fly as well. So
after, they had back-to-back singles to start the inning, and then they didn't do anything with them. Wave and a miss there from Bishop. It's 1-1. I'd throw that same pitch again.
Yeah, he did not look comfortable in that batter's box on that pitch, so we'll see. It's going to be
1-1 coming. Rodriguez threw it away, and it's 2-1.
Now, what do you think about this, Zach? I mean, obviously you got a graduating West High School Jaden Rodriguez who's off to Great Bay Community College to pitch with a JV catcher here from Memorial. I mean, does Jaden kind of make more decisions, you think?
Oh, yeah. You would think he kind of takes the reins here. But this is great for Joe. Here's the 2-1. Right there for it. It's 2-2. He can help compete to play varsity next year. It's definitely, you want to move people around. Memorial only really had 1 catcher all year. And Jacob Valley, a freshman. But it's always good to get more catchers. Here's the 2-2. Fly ball left field. Pierre coming in. He will make the catch for out number 2. That was a long run for him.
It certainly was. It was kind of a nicely placed pop fly.
Yeah, if you're going to hit it anywhere, at least make him run. The count, it makes it 2 outs for Desmond Bogle, who flew out to center field in the 2nd.
And Wynn still going out towards right center right there, so no one's really taking advantage of that. But now with a lefty hitter, we'll see if he can take advantage.
First pitch, Bogle, that's going to miss.
Clouds have gone away for the time being, as I know that it's a hot day here in the great state of New Hampshire.
That finds the corner, and it's 1-1. We do have another game after this, which, a lot of guys on Sweeney's bench are wondering, maybe they play game 2. You kind of just do a split squad for the first weekend. Here's the 1-1, fouled away. And we've seen Corvos do that a lot. He did that last year when Andrew and I did the beginning of the season, is they would essentially just split squad the double headers. So the majority of these players will not be playing in game 2. and a lot of the guys on the bench will come in. That's just my prediction. Here's the 1-2 to Bogle with 2 outs. Jaden looking to retire the side, and he will! He got him swinging. 3 up, 3 down goes post 65. 2 strikeouts this inning for Jaden, and they will have Chris Rodriguez, Ryan Boylan, and Will Sloper due up in the bottom of the 4th. Stick around here on Manchester Public Television. I'm Zach Johnston with Kyle Heavey. We got a good one brewing here at Gill Stadium. Stick around. The only hit of the day for Sweeney has come from this guy right here. Chris Rodriguez will lead off the bottom of the 4th. He'll take ball 1 from Aiden Williams on the mound. Here is the 1-0 from Williams. He'll kick and deal. And that is a base hit to right field, and Chris Rodriguez is 2 for 2.
I was almost wondering if they were going to try to nail him at first. He hadn't gotten there, and the right fielder decided to just not chance it and threw it to the cutoff guy. And a leadoff single here, and 3 straight innings now, Zach, with a leadoff hitter getting on for Sweeney. Let's see if they can
finally get a run in.
Try to get this going.
Yep. Here's Boylan. He walked back in the 2nd. That set them up well, and then they had back-to-back Ks in the 2nd inning. Boylan will take ball 1. We'll see if they potentially pinch hit for Joe Allard or Will Sloper. They need to get these runs home. However, who catches if you hit for Joe?
Yeah, that's, I think.
Runner takes off. There goes Chris. The throw from Hutton is not in time. A great read and a great slide from Chris Rodriguez. He's still 2nd.
Nice face full of tire pellets.
Turf, yeah. He is the turf. This is great to see from Chris Rodriguez.
Glad to see it. I mean, this could certainly look good for Memorial in the future, as you know.
He'll probably be the 3rd baseman next year. 1-1 to Boylan, and he bounced it. 2-1. Boylan could come up big here and tie this ball game up. Chris Rodriguez led off the inning with a single and then stole 2nd off Andrew Hutton. Williams on the mound. 2 balls, 1 strike to Boylan. Gonna miss, and it's 3-1. Threatening with a walk again is Ryan Boylan. He wants to hit. They got Sloper on deck, who struck out.
Well, it's tough now. First base is open, so not necessarily a need to swing if you don't like the pitch.
3-1. Yep, right there on the corner, and the count runs full. You got to go for that if you're Boylan. Nonetheless, the count is full. 3-2 from Williams. Chris goes to 3rd, and the pitch is fouled.
Yeah, he frustrated right there. It would have been a perfect hit and run, and just did not get the clean hit on that. Sent it up our way.
They're getting really good jumps off Aiden Williams. Chris probably would have been safe. Count full again. We'll see if Rodriguez goes. Here's the payoff from Aiden Williams to Ryan Boylan with nobody out here in the 4th. Yep, he'll very smartly look him back to 2nd. We'll see if that changes any plans. 3-2 pitch. Aiden Williams to Ryan Boylan with Chris Rodriguez on 2nd. There goes Chris. He doesn't. And he walked. Chris stays to 2nd. Boylan takes ball 4 on a pitch that just missed the zone. So we're getting deja vu from the 2nd inning here, Kyle.
Yeah, certainly a great job by Ryan to not see that it was, or to see that it was going to be outside, and gets another free pass to 1st. And now again, getting late in this contest in some ways, that Sweeney has got to do something here to get these runs in. But now you can see that the Weare boys are getting together to discuss what they should do and how to deal with a
Sloper. Yeah. Well, you got to expect a bunt. You got to expect a bunt coming here from Will. He just talked to Coach Corvos at 3rd. We'll see if they try another double steal with Boylan and Rodriguez. Nobody out. Fouled right back as they're doing a nice fake steal. Sloper late on that. They're getting, maybe you square bunt, you get the 3rd baseman to come in, and then you take 3rd. But Will went full swing on that first pitch. We'll watch the runners. Here's the 0-1 from Williams. There goes Chris and Boylan. Pitches up and out. The throw from Hutton gets away from him. Rodriguez is coming around to score. And Sweeney has tied this game up 1-1. Chris Rodriguez on an overthrow from Andrew Hutton scores the first run of the year for post number 2, and they've evened it up. Boylan heads to second. Huge. That's why you are aggressive on the bases. Coach Corvos, another double steal from them, brings in a run, and a swing and a miss from Sloper, and it's 1-2. How about that?
I mean, it was a lot to take in there, Zach. Great call on that, by the way, because it was just, you thought the button was going to go down. It didn't. And then the throw to third, it looked like they kind of got their feet tangled for a moment there. I was almost
Chris
wondering
didn't even hesitate. He just went straight home. 2-2 coming to Sloper with Boylan on second. Oh, he barely got a piece of that. Chopped it back, and Will Henderson will step out to make that throw down. 2-2 to Will. Try to move this guy over. You got nobody out.
Appreciate that they're giving him time to make sure that his noggin's all there.
Yes.
As an umpire, are you taking any shots yet?
I've got a big bruise on my right thigh. And I took one to the face yesterday. That's why I wear the mask. 2-2 to Sloper with Boylan on second. Swing and a miss. His second strikeout of the game. Sloper goes down again for out number 1. And I think that's strikeout number 3 in total for Aiden Williams. Here's Joe Allard.
You know, both pitchers very close to the same, where they got 3.
Boylan got a great jump and takes third base. How about that? Swing and a miss from Allard. I think that was a hit and run.
I'm not sure. He was already off before the pitch, and now it kind of...
They're rattling him, it seems, as now the go-ahead runs on third with 1 out for Joe Allard.
It just, he was so fast to get there that it was very special to see. And now you can hear Coach Pelletier trying to discuss things.
It looked like Corvos was talking to the third base umpire. 0-1 to Allard in a 1-1 ball game. Couldn't catch up to it. And it's 0-2. Allard has not seen varsity level pitching. And he gets thrown into the mix against Aiden Williams. He got a piece of it. Scoreboard still says 1-0, but I can assure you it is a 1-1 ball game.
You know how those, I mean, your parents know how those buttons are.
Yes. There it is, 1-1. 0-2 coming to Joe Allard. Williams pitches. Allard fights it off and stays alive. Hutton couldn't grab it. At least Allard is staying competitive in this at-bat.
Now giving Hutton a moment here to catch his own.
Allard's just got to get that front foot down a little bit sooner. Hit something onto the right side. Make this a 2-1 ball game. Looking to get a job done. 1 out, 0-2. Here's the pitch from Williams. And he went high, tried to get a chase, but an uncompetitive pitch makes it 1-2. Here are your Gill Stadium sirens. It's from an ambulance.
Beautiful AMR ambulance heading to some sort of scene. Hopefully everyone's all right here in the Queen City.
1-2 Williams. Got him swinging on an outside pitch. He waved and missed, and that's out number 2. And now here comes the manager, Dennis Pelletier. We'll see if this means that Aiden Williams' day is done with Big Alex on deck with 2 outs. The go-ahead run is on third.
It's tough, Zach, because he's done a great job pitching for the most part. I mean, it's not like he's been hitting anyone. It's not like he's been, you know, losing. Apparently their meeting was very quickly.
That was very quick, yeah. That didn't take long. So it must have not have been that important. Probably just, you want to stay in? Yeah. All right. And then they just walk back.
Give him a boost of confidence. You know how it is, Zach.
We didn't see anybody warming up in their bullpen. Here's Big Alex Rodriguez. He grounded out to the pitcher in the bottom of the second. He's got a chance to bring home the go-ahead run at third with 2 out. Takes one downstairs for ball 1.
And the difference between the two pitchers, I feel like Jaden has been getting ahead with strikes to start off the at-bats, and Williams has been
That one tanked down the line, foul from Alex. But yeah, you're definitely right about getting ahead in the count. But now they're evened up at 1-1. Pass ball gives Sweeney the lead. Boylan's got to get ready for it. 1-1 coming from Williams. Outside, 2-1.
A big spot right here for Weare, though. So if they can get out of this with the top of the lineup coming up next.
Swinging a chopper toward the right side. That's Nagel. That's out number 3. And Sweeney gets the tying run, but leaves the go-ahead run on for their 5th runner left on base. Post 2 able to tie this one up at 1-1. We'll be back for the top of the 5th inning. We're evened up here from Gill Stadium. Top of the 5th inning, top of the Weare order as Hayden Pond will lead off against Jaden Rodriguez. First pitch does not reach the plate. And now we're seeing some Sweeney players heading to the bullpen as it may be Isaiah Solis warming up in the arm barn for Sweeney. As the first pitch missed for ball 1 to Hayden Pond.
And a first pitch at bat with no one on base, it's funny to laugh at how the ball just bounced over both the catcher and the umpire. Obviously, if this was a bases-loaded 1-run game, that would be devastating. But it just was to watch that just like, oh, no big deal.
Well, we got ourselves a tie game thanks to an overthrow from Andrew Hunton, which got Chris Rodriguez to score. Here's the 1-1 from Jaden Rodriguez. Down the left field line, heads up in the bullpen. That's going to go foul.
Oh, almost a play right there.
That's Lennox. And they'll warm up with that ball now, I guess.
That's one way to do it, I suppose.
He's going to need that back, though. They got probably 2 game balls left. Well, ahead in the count is Jaden against Hayden Pond. He comes set, and he comes home. Here's the pitch. Blocked by Joe, but not close to the zone.
No, that bounced at least 6 inches in front of the plate. So try to get him chasing. It was a smart move, but just not didn't get him.
2-2.
See if he comes back with a curve.
Here's Hayden Pond. Here's the 2-2 from Rodriguez. Into left. Pierre going back, but he hit it hard. Pierre gets behind it, and he makes the grab and crashes into the left field fence.
It's moments like that we appreciate watching baseball here at Gill Stadium. That's a play that not a lot of outfielders are going to make, and Pierre was able to catch that. Arm gone out all the way, and a big first out here for Sweeney. 1
down. It'll bring up Philbrick, who was grounded out twice to third and to shortstop. He's looking to get some solid contact off Jaden. And he fouls out right back. He's going more secondary stuff to start. Yeah, that's typical for pitchers when they go deeper into their counts, as now 2 guys are warming up for Sweeney. Isaac Vachon and Isaiah Solis. So we'll see where they go. 2 more Memorial guys.
Yeah, I was going to say, certainly it's a lot of Crusader Nation here.
The 0-1 from Jaden comes home. Philbrick takes one that will miss. That had some movement on it, though.
It certainly did. I don't know if that was almost more of like a knuckle or what.
I thought it was going to hit him, and then it just bent. Still wasn't a strike.
And Will Henderson has to go get the baseball. Jaden getting a sign here and see if he goes. Hasn't really thrown a fastball yet.
1-1 to chase Philbrick. And I wonder how well Joe Aller's doing calling these pitches. It looks to be pretty well. He hits it well to center, but Rodriguez ranges over and will make the grab for out number 2. Another hard hit ball to the outfield. This time more on a line and will be the second out, and it'll bring up Aiden Williams, the pitcher.
Yeah, right there. I mean, I was wondering if fastball was going to be coming, and the next thing you know, it sent out to the outfield. But again, great defense here, and now we'll see with a lefty if Will Sloper has to be ready out in right field.
Aiden Williams now with 2 outs in the top of the 5th. Rodriguez's first pitch clips the zone for strike 1. When you're dealing with doubleheaders, one thing you don't want is extra innings. And you and I have had some extra innings games here.
Yes, we have.
0-1 from Rodriguez is going to be downstairs. It's 1-1.
It would almost feel like it's poetic that it would start the season with an extra inning game after what we've had to go through last season.
Oh, man, it's unspeakable. Here's the 1-1. Towards little Alex. He stabs it. Not in time. It was a great play, but he couldn't beat the speed of Aiden Williams. Great play by Alex.
The fact that he was able to even get that off the one hop and still throw in time, it was pretty impressive, but unfortunately we'll see.
Still 2 outs. Ryder Brown will come up. He's grounded out and got hit by the pitch in the 3rd. But it's been hard contact. All 3 guys, Pond, Philibot, and Williams, all hit the ball hard off Rodriguez. Nonetheless, there's 2 outs with just 1 runner on first base. He takes off. Pitch is down. Throw is into center field. He's going to take off for 3rd. And the throw will be cut off, and that's 2 bases. So just like that, go ahead runs on 3rd.
That was a called strike, though, in Jaden's defense. So he certainly is ahead in the count, and versus a hitter that really hasn't connected all that well.
He's got a chance to give his team the lead here after that bad throw from Joe Allard. Here's the pitch. Brown. He threw it behind him. That's the 2nd pitch he's thrown behind a batter.
And he's already hit this batter, like you were saying. It was a very easy, soft pitch, but it doesn't want to.
Looks like Vachon the only one going in the bullpen for Sweeney. Here's the 1-1. Gonna miss, and it's 2-1.
And we also do have some movement out there in the Weare bullpen. These numbers are kind of tough to see from a distance, so Zach will give you the benefit of the doubt and try your best, but obviously.
I feel like that lens would be better than the binoculars. Here's the 2-1. Rodriguez will skip it, and it's blocked by the leg of Joe Allard, and it's 3-1. He's now heading into some troubled waters here with the go-ahead run on, threatening to walk Ryder Brown. Big pitch here because this could be a hittable strike or ball 4. We'll see how aggressive Ryder Brown is there at bat. 3-1 from Jaden. He got him on a swing and a miss, and the count runs full. He's in the driver's seat. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Go ahead, run at 3rd. Ryder Brown versus Jaden Rodriguez. Here it comes. The 3-2. He fouled it off his foot, and he will live to see another pitch.
Thankfully, he has that protective guard on his ankle, as that would have hurt a little bit, but it thankfully wasn't too much, and he's able to get back in here and see what he can do.
A walk wouldn't be the end of the world. Andrew Hunton is on deck.
And Hayden Pond, who is the center fielder, is the one warming up in the Weare bullpen.
Payoff pitch. Base hit right field, and Weare has taken the lead back. It's 2-1.
And another hard hit ball, this time just sliced out there into right field. And the first baseman standing at first base gets himself an RBI. And it looks like this might be the day for Jaden Rodriguez.
That's got to be tough. Weare finally bringing home a guy on base. And that overthrow from Joe Allard was very costly, as that moved Williams to 3rd. And an RBI single from Ryder Brown has given Weare post 65 the 1-run lead back. And that's going to be it for Jaden Rodriguez, and they will call on Isaac Vachon to come out and pitch 2 outs here in the top of the 5th. So we'll let him warm up. Here he is jogging onto the field, and when we come back, he'll be ready to go with 2 outs and a runner on to face Andrew Hunton. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back. Isaac Vachon will take the mound now for Sweeney. 2 outs, and Ryder Brown, the runner on first base, as Weare post 65 has taken the lead back 2-1. Here's the catcher, Andrew Hunton, against Vachon. With 2 outs, he'll throw over. Runner gets back. He could have ended the inning right there and wouldn't have been
a while to see right there. If he could have done that, that would have been special for sure.
First pitch outside from Isaac.
Isaac, we did see face Trinity to end that season, and obviously Trinity was on a 11-game winning streak going into that game, but had an easy first inning of that game, and we'll see.
Runner takes off. Pitch is low. Throw is late. As now Ryder Brown is in scoring position with 2 outs for Andrew Hunton. Vachon has yet to throw a strike. Escape the inning. Keep this a 1-run game. 2 outs. He's going to third. And he is in there. Another stolen base. Brown takes third, and it's 3-0 to Andrew Hunton. So Sweeney unable to throw strikes or hold these runners on. And Weare is taking advantage of it.
Yeah, some stolen bases here from Weare. They're certainly got to keep going until they get thrown out.
Isaac walks him on 4 pitches. His first batter he faces is a 4-pitch walk.
Now runners will be at the corners, and Ware's having some fun with 2 outs here.
Here's the right fielder, Lasovsky. Still, ground ball gets you out of it. Fly ball gets you out of it. You got 2 outs. Isaac's just got to put something over the plate. Do you try to throw him out at second if he goes here? He goes to second. Pitch is in there for strike 1.
And you can see that Isaac kind of slid off the mound there, that his landing spot is not as soft, or it's a little bit more soft than he would like. So he got that called strike, so we'll see if he can do it again.
Second and third and 2 out. Vachon's pitch is in shortstop's area. It's Alex. He'll gobble it up. The throw throws Evans off the bag, and the inning will continue.
And that scores a run for Weare. They now take a 3-1 lead, and runners will still remain at the corners.
Tough error. Throw him off, and the inning will continue. Jaden got 2 outs. He got 2 flyouts. In a 1-1 game, Sweeney kind of crumbling here this inning, and that will be defensive indifference as Lasovsky will take second. Here's Ryan Nagel. Vachon starts him with strike 1. He got the ground ball he needed, and they couldn't get the out. On the corner, strike 2. Vachon in the driver's seat against Nagel, who has singled and struck out in this game.
Nagel did not appreciate that call at all. He thought that was a little bit more outside than he would have preferred it to be.
Trying to stay alive down 0-2. Vachon looking to get out of this inning as Weare has taken the lead back 3-1. He kicks and deals. Nagel swings and misses. He strikes him out on 3 pitches. But Weare able to do some damage. They leave 2 guys on base, but they score 2 runs and take the lead back. Post 65 leads Sweeney post 2, 3-1. In the bottom of the 5th, it'll be at top of the order for post number 2 and Timothy Evans. When we come back, stick around. Timothy Evans and the top of the Sweeney order will look to crawl back as they're now down 2, swing and a miss from the leadoff hitter in the bottom of the 5th for strike 1. I'm Zach Johnson with Kyle Levy. It's been a pleasure to be with you so far from Gill Stadium in Sweeney's first game of the year. They're trailing 3-1 to Weare post 65. That one's going to bounce 1-1.
Yeah, June 19th, it's kind of a first really, really warm day of the year, in my opinion.
Yeah, I agree.
It's been a very difficult spring here in New Hampshire.
Popped to the right side and off of one of the windows and out of play for strike 1. Strike 2, rather. It'll be 1-2. Williams has been dealing. They warmed up Pond in the pen, but they're keeping their starter out there now with a 2-run lead. 1-2 pitch. Holds back. Good block by Hunton.
I mean, he has given up the leadoff batter in 3 consecutive innings. Let's see if they can do it number 4 as well.
And it's the leadoff hitter himself, Timothy Evans, who has grounded out and walked so far in this contest. Here's the 2-2 from Williams. He got him looking right on the corner, and he knew it. Out number 1.
Yeah, Evans was crowding the plate a little bit, and instead they went to the outside and able to get that called strike. And, you know, now it's running out of outs here, our Sweeney, with a 2-run deficit. They got to start getting some base runners and starting to get them to score.
Rodriguez has reached base twice on an error and a fielder's choice. He'll take ball 1.
Some people would take that type of day.
Yeah.
Getting on base twice.
Why not? I mean, it doesn't count to your on-base percentage, but you're still physically on the base. Here's Rodriguez. Here's the 2-0 from Williams after back-to-back balls. 3 straight. So now he's starting to have some location issues.
And for him, it's kind of been an interesting thing. His delivery, the way that he kind of places his foot, does not change too much between batters on and batters off.
He gets the zone. Rodriguez looking to pull the trigger. There's 1 out.
Rocking the Jordans.
We'll see if he misses, how long he'll keep him in. Ground ball, third base side, and the count will run full as that goes foul.
Would have beaten that out if it had stayed fair, in my opinion, but it did not.
The count is full. Aiden Williams to Alex Rodriguez. Here's the 3-2. To right side, it's Nagel who scoops it up, bobbles it, makes the throw. In time for out number 2.
Kind of tough spot right there. Nagel just bobbles it a little bit and was still able to gun it to first. And now 2 down. And
Isaac Vachon will hit for Jaden Rodriguez. You could really love Jaden's bat here. Isaac takes ball 1.
Did not like this velocity on that inside.
Williams, here's the 1-0. We'll miss low to Vachon, and it's 2-0. Isaac Vachon was in my hitting group after school when we'd go hit in Auburn. That bat, it doesn't look that, what's the word I'm looking for? Intimidating. But that thing is loud, and it's called the Stinger for a reason. Because when that thing makes contact, it will hurt your ears if you're standing in a batting cage.
I appreciate the X so you know exactly where to hit the ball.
Yeah, that's fair. And he'll walk on 4 pitches, so Vachon will take his base, a 2-out walk from the Sweeney relief pitcher, and it'll bring up Pierre Mendez, who was popped out and flown, or really lined out to right center field.
And Pierre, see if he can get something going here. He's been good in the outfield, making that great catch last inning, but now it's got to see if he can send one out in that direction.
Swing and a miss. Throw down, Vachon dives back, and a nice little back-picked attempt from Hutton. But Pierre, after a big hack, will be down 0-1 in the count. Pierre, strong kid. If he gets a hold of one, he'll send it a long way, especially on this turf here. Vachon takes second. Bunt goes down. It's fair. Oh, and now it rolls foul. A 2-out bunt from Pierre Mendez. Nearly, Jaden Bishop almost played it fair. He smartly let it roll foul.
What a surprise right there. I mean, got to do whatever you can to get base runners.
Isaac probably took second. Doesn't look like Corvos gave that signal, judging by his body language. So now it's 0-2. Vachon goes. And he strikes him out looking. A squandered opportunity from Sweeney after a 2-out walk. They leave their 6th runner on base. Pierre strikes out looking, and Aiden Williams cruises through another inning. So when we come back for the top of the 6th, it'll be Jaden Bishop leading off for Post 65. Stick around. Zach Johnson, Kyle Heavey, bringing you Sweeney baseball coverage on Manchester Public Television. Ben Lebrecq will be a pinch hitter here for Weare, Post 65, as Isaac Vachon will continue to pitch here into the top of the 6th for Post 2. It's 3-1 Weare, as Lebrecq will take strike 1 off the bench, entering this game and beginning the top of the 6th inning.
Yeah, now we'll see. This is the 3rd batter that Isaac has faced now. And with a lefty, we'll see if Lebrecq can get something going.
Vachon misses way outside. Vachon walked Hunton, gave up the error to Lasovsky, and then struck out Nagel. He's just got to throw strikes. It's simple. Very much easier said than done, as we can hear some sirens echoing Are they going to come from there or there? Let's find out.
I'm going to go that it's going on the Maple Street side.
I agree. 2-1 coming. It might be behind us, actually. Nope. 2-1 is there for strike 2. One fire truck can sound like 3. Oh, well, there's probably more. 2 balls, 2 strikes as we get back to the baseball game. Ben Lebrecq pinch hitting off the bench against Isaac Vachon, and he will take one close. That'll load the count up. That looks like a wood bat to me, Kyle. Confusing.
Certainly, yeah, I've been very confused on what type of bats are preferred here from
Well, hopefully he can make some contact. We'll find out. Here's the 3-2. He strikes out. He goes down swinging. Second K for Isaac Vachon. And the first out here in the 6th.
You got to get some confidence here if you're Sweeney. They're down 2 runs and way to come back and get that K. Now another lefty, though, so we'll see if this is something that Weare has figured out or if they're just kind of getting a lot of...
Bogle grounds this up the middle. Boylan can't get it, and that will be an infield single. He hit that right back up the middle. I'm giving him the hit.
Absolutely. Ryan still was going to have to change his body direction.
He'd have to throw a Jeter to try to get him out.
I was going to say, I appreciate how good Ryan is, but I don't think that he's going to be able to get that.
That was hit perfectly up the middle. He deserves the hit anyway. A 1-out base hit for Desmond Bogle. Back to the top of the lineup for Hayden Pond. And that one will get away from Allard. It hit off his glove, and that's a free base. So from what was almost a ground out, turns now into a double. Basically, now he'll take second base with 1 out.
Well, they're already giving him the sign to go home if he wants to with a 2-run lead. So we'll see what type of hitting Weare can do here.
The 1-0 to Pond. Up high. 2-0.
And as the top of your lineup, you know that he's got some speed here.
Yeah.
This Pond. Also playing out in center field, you know that.
We'll see hit on the ground where that ball goes if they look him back the right way, if he'll take third. That one's right over the plate for strike 1.
The sun has decided to come back out after some storms went south of us here. And the sun, it's dropped down to 84 degrees, but now it's going to warm up a little bit.
Oh, again. They got him picked off. Oh, he's safe. A great move from Vachon. They had him beat, but a great dive back from Desmond Bogle will keep himself on the bases. That was a great play all around. You don't score those. You don't really typically look back at those. Great play from both sides. Now he'll try to take third. Allard's throw is not in time. Stolen base number 2 for Desmond Bogle. That was a good throw from Allard, just a little bit late. Now it's 3-1.
Hitters count. Know that he wants to get himself an RBI. Leadoff hitters really don't get the chance too often here.
3 balls, 1 strike. Vachon coming home. That one lifted into the air to left field, deep into the parking lot.
Yeah, it makes its way down the hill, and
a long strike there for Vachon as now the count runs full.
Zach, is that your car? Just kidding.
Here's the payoff coming from Vachon. Pond now with Bogle at third and 1 out for Weare. Swing and a looper into left center field. That will drop for a base hit and an RBI single. So Weare will make it 4-1 here with 1 out in the top of the 6th inning.
This Weare squad, they got their first defeat of the season the other day up in Concord. A tough defeat there. Actually, it was a home game up at Colby Sawyer, which is where Weare plays 11-8, and now here they are putting the damage on Sweeney Post to now have a
3-run lead, 4-1 game. Yep. 1 down here in the top of the 6th. That's Vachon.
Been watching so much Stanley Cup Finals, I almost wanted to say goal lead.
He battled so hard in that at-bat. Now he'll throw over again. Unfortunately, it did not come out in his favor. It was a good piece of hitting from Hayden Pond. Dropped it into the gap to bring home the run. Big swing and a miss from Chase Philibot, who was 0 for 3 on the day.
I think he was trying to send that to the J.
Seriously, he's trying to make up for 2 groundouts and a flyout with 1 swing. It's all about the process of your at-bat. The 0-1 from Vachon. Runner takes off. Pitch will bounce. Throw. Late. And another stolen base. This one coming from the leadoff hitter, Hayden Pond, who had the RBI single to drive in Desmond Bogle last at-bat. So, another runner in scoring position. 1-1 to Philbrick.
Pop-out would do tremendously right here, but a ball outside.
Vachon's got to get competitively in the zone. No action in the Sweeney pen there as a game after this. Game 2 between Weare and Sweeney. 2-1. Throw over. He's back. You want to be crashing in quickly if you're in center field there. You don't want to give up another free base. So that's really been the killer for Sweeney today. Giving up stolen bases. Free bases in general. He's taking off for third. Another stolen base. He came off the bag, and Chris tagged him out. He came off, and that's out number 2. A great tag by Chris Rodriguez, as it looked to be another stolen base. Hayden Pond is out, and Chris able to get the tag down.
And Gary Noyes, a veteran umpire, made that call. To me, I always thought it was that as soon as the bag comes off the Velcro, it's a I don't do the umpiring. I just watch a lot of baseball from up here, but that bag had definitely come off the Velcro, and well, good job by Joe to finally get a
caught stealing there. Vachon can get out of this with one more strike, as it's 2-2 with 2 outs to chase Philbrick. Up the middle, and the inning will continue with a 2-out single.
Hard hit ball right there. We're hoping that we could get the K, but it unfortunately did not work that way. And now we'll see if they're going to send him around the bases as well with his speed. But with 2 outs, it's kind of a little bit more scary here, Zach.
Why not? I mean, Allard only threw that guy out at third because he came off. We'll see if Weare continues to be aggressive. Philbrick fast too, so they got another fast guy on base. As Aiden Williams takes strike 1. We'll see if he'll come out for the bottom of the 6th and possibly the 7th. They warmed up Hayden Pond in the pen, so he's another potential relief pitcher. That one's going to catch the zone, and it's 0-2. Vachon way ahead here. 2 outs with Philbrick on first, and ahead in the count 0-2 to Aiden Williams. Runner takes off. Pitches hit well, but way out of play. And off of the barbed wire that keeps the extras out of Gill Stadium.
Well, here we go with another chance to get a K here for Isaac.
0-2 coming. He'll step off. And, I was just thinking about the positive of having that exterior mic, is if we couldn't hear that, we wouldn't have known he'd come off the bag.
Yeah.
Because I heard he came off right from Gary Noyes at third base. 0-2. A little tapper down the line. Evans has it. Oh, he's going to be... Oh, are they going to call him out? And he comes out of the baseline, and they will call him out for that. So a breath of relief there for Sweeney, as I thought maybe the inning was going to keep on going. But Timothy Evans able to force the runner out of the base path for out number 3. So Weare leading 4-1. Sweeney will have Chris Rodriguez, Ryan Boylan, and Will Sloper due up when we come back for the bottom of the 6th. Chris Rodriguez will lead things off for Sweeney here in the bottom of the 6th inning, as post 65 Weare has a new pitcher, center fielder Hayden Pond, and another member of the John Stark Generals. So back-to-back John Stark pitchers coming in for Weare, as Rodriguez 2 for 2 with 2 singles on the day.
Well, now with a new pitcher, this could be a tough spot. Let's see if he can try to figure out what type of pitching here.
He'll take ball 1, a good take. The sun has come out, now beaming onto the Gill Stadium turf. Pond, pitch. Up the middle, tough play for Philbrick. He will range, throw, in time, and a great pick from Ryder Brown. Shortstop and first base, both flashing the leather to get Chris Rodriguez out.
From the sound of the bat, it looked like it was just going to be enough, and not able to run hard enough, but what solid glove work again, like you said. This didn't expect him to be out, and here we are with 1 down.
Boylan. He looked like he decided he was going to swing before the pitch even came. Well, that'll be strike one. Third base playing on the grass. Boylan takes strike two.
It seems like he has a good variety of pitches here, Zach. From certainly his fastball is his best pitch so far.
Pons, 0-2. He's fouled right back from Boylan. He'll stay alive, but they're quickly one out after it took just 2 pitches to retire Chris Rodriguez.
Staying alive here. Boylan, though, got to be careful.
Boylan takes a deep breath and digs into the box. The 0-2 from Pond. Is strike three. A cut on and missed for out number 2.
Well, certainly all sorts of defensive changes here, but it seems like it's working out pretty well with Williams moving to third base. Obviously, he hasn't had to make a play yet, but
now Adam Bogle has come in to play left field after Ben Lebrec pinch hit for Jaden Bishop. Here's Will Sloper with 2 outs. He struck out twice today and swings and misses at strike one. Here's the 0-1 to Will. Swing, tip, foul into the glove for strike two. Pond looking for a quick inning. Here's the 0-2. Will Sloper have his 3rd strikeout of the day? He pops this up. Shallow center. In to make the catch is Desmond Bogle for out number 3. So into the 7th inning we go as Weare leads 4-1 heading into the top of the 7th. We'll be right back here on Channel 16. 4-1 Weare over Sweeney. Isaac Vachon will now face Ryder Brown, the cleanup hitter, here for post 65 as Weare leads 4-1 over Sweeney as Vachon will continue to pitch, and he will hit him on the first pitch he throws.
Second time he's been hit in this contest. He's going to certainly have some bruises after today, but a win is a win, and he obviously right now has the game-winning RBI if the game finishes with this score. So we'll see what happens with his base running at first, but now we'll see what Andrew Hunton can do.
Old friend Hunton has walked, flied out to right, reached on an error. Take strike one as Mason Malone has taken over behind the plate for Sweeney. Presumptively will be catching game 2, you would think.
You got to wonder.
Vachon deals. On the ground to third. Rodriguez over to second for 1. Boylan onto first. High jump. Took him off the bag. He would have been safe anyway, but good play by Rodriguez to get the lead runner out at second, 1 down.
You know, sometimes it just matters to getting it out, and now we'll see what Hunton will do with his base running, but obviously you want to secure the lead as much as you can, and now they're kind of getting a look to his wrist guard to see what they're going to do here.
Runner takes off. Pitch is in there for a strike. Malone's throw late. So a stolen base for Hunton. But a first pitch strike to Lasofsky. 1 down. 4-1 lead for Weare. They can extend it now with a runner in scoring position and 1 out with Travis Lasofsky. Throw over. He'll get there.
I do appreciate the pickoff moves from the
Vachon
Sweeney
has
squad.
a good move.
Definitely surprising me, as I wasn't not sure what to expect out of a young pitcher.
Vachon waits and deals. Fouled back. And it's 0-2 to Lasofsky.
Certainly barreled that a little bit and caught the end of the bat, and only so much you can do when it goes backwards, and now you just got to take it with 2 strikes.
It's been mostly strikes for Isaac since he led the inning off, hitting the leadoff guy. Popped up. This could be playable for Evans. He's running a long way. He's got it. The runner will halt. That's second. That's a big out there for Vachon, and a nice catch from Evans in the mile of foul territory here at Gill Stadium for out number 2.
And it's certainly wild to see how much room there is here and why that was designed back in the 1800s of having this much foul territory. But we weren't around, Zach, to design this place, and we just got to go with the flow.
2 down here. Vachon looking to get out of the inning. That's in there for a strike to Ryan Nagel, the second baseman. Adam Bogle is on deck, who came into the game as a defensive substitution. One strike coming here to Ryan Nagel. Oh, after this. 2 outs here in the top of the 7th inning. Nagel has singled and struck out twice. Vachon's pitch popped up. Boylan won't get there. No one's on first.
That is going to make Coach so frustrated right there. Just only so much you can do with a soft fly ball.
Corvos not happy over there in the dugout. Number 19, Adam Bogle, who was a defensive substitution, now will hit with runners on the corners and 2 out. Taking off for second. That one in there for a strike and a free base for Nagel. Bogle looking to give his team some insurance. They lead by 3 in the top of the 7th with 2 out and 2 on. Just missed.
These would be devastating if these 2 runs are able to come in. There's still some hope. Being down 3, down 5 is a totally different feeling.
Blocked by Malone, and it's 2-1. Brendan Shipe still in the Sweeney pen. Sweeney 1 out away from sending this to the bottom of the 7th. Just a 4-1 game. Bogle looking to add some insurance for Weare. He'll pop that up and out of play, and it's 2-2 down to their last strike here in this inning.
Ping pongs off the roof onto the dugout and into the stands.
It's been a hit by pitch, fielder's choice, pop out, and single this inning for Weare. Here's the 2-2 from Isaac. He threw it behind the batter. Here comes the run. It's 5-1.
I almost want to question that hit him, Zach. The reason why it, and if it hit him, then the runner's got to come back. So we'll see. I think the umpires are going to come discuss things.
Yeah, they're going to.
Yeah, he is officially a hit by pitch. It hit him in the back of the foot.
So that did hit Bogle. So after all that, Hunton will go back to third. Nagel will go back to second. And the bases are now loaded for Desmond Bogle. So
Still
another hit by pitch for Vachon. Bases loaded, 2 out. Up high for a ball to Bogle. As I've screwed up my scorebook, now that I've colored in the run for Hunton, they sent him back.
Well,
as long as I can read it, I'm the only one that needs to read this. 2 outs, bases loaded, 1 out for Desmond Bogle. That's going to get down over Boylan and is going to score 1 and will score 2. Runner heads to third. Play now at second. They won't throw it. 2-run score. And now Weare has taken over on that RBI double or single for Desmond Bogle.
Yeah, scoreboard starts to change, and now we'll see if this is the end of Isaac's day here, as he had a job to do, and that was to get an out. Instead, he hits a batter and ends up getting an RBI single out to center field, and now his day is through after allowing, I believe it's 3 runs here, and we'll get a new pitcher here for the 3rd time in today's game.
Here's Brendan Shipe. He'll come take the mound for Sweeney with 2 outs in the top of the 7th. We'll let him warm up. We'll come right back here to Gill Stadium. It's 6-1 Weare. When we come back, Brendan Shipe on the mound. New pitcher for Sweeney as Brendan Shipe has taken over with 2nd and 3rd and 2 outs, and he gets it. He throws it over the batter off of Malone's glove, and here comes another run, and it's 7-1. Scoring is Bogle, Adam Bogle, and now it's 7-1.
Yeah, it's a tough way. First pitch, he just kind of throws it up and away and not able to.
We're back to the top of the order with Hayden Pond here. 2 outs. Shipe's pitch popped up. Long run for Evans. He will end the inning by catching that in deep foul territory. So Sweeney, the train has come off the tracks a little bit here in the 7th inning. It's now 7-1 post 65 Weare. And in the bottom of the 7th, It'll be Mason Malone, Alex Rodriguez, and Timothy Evans due up. We'll come right back for the bottom of the 7th. Mason Malone will lead things off here in the bottom of the 7th as he came in as a defensive substitution to catch. He will now hit in the bottom of the 7th inning. Sweeney trailing 7-1 to post 65. We'll be right back. Not right back, but we'll be back shortly after the conclusion of this game for Game 2 between these two teams here from Gill Stadium on a doubleheader night here on MPTV. That's strike one on the corner as Pond continues to pitch here for post 65.
Yeah, we're just about at the 2-hour mark for this contest, Zach, and the second game is supposed to start in a half hour. So
big swing and miss from Mason. It's 0-2.
Pond certainly come in and done a phenomenal job here for Weare.
That one spiking into the other batter's box for ball 1.
And he gets, ball kind of gets away and goes all the way out to center field.
Just goes to show you miss it, it will roll forever at this field. There's no such thing as long grass when you're playing on turf, so obviously.
Well, obviously.
But on other fields, like, hard ground balls will just die in the grass. You'll see that at Dairyfield Park. You can see it at the Pony Field. Obviously way different with straight AstroTurf here. Swing and a miss. He got him. Big hack. And that's a strikeout for Hayden Pond. And that's one out here in the bottom of the 7th.
Yeah, I got the chance to do one game this season at Alamere Field up there at Dairyfield Park when Trinity did not get the ability to play here, so they had to play up there versus the Concord Crimson Tide. And, yes, certainly it was a huge difference with ground balls.
Here's the probable pitcher for Game 2, Isaiah Solis. Pinch hitting, he'll take a strike. As I say probable, I mean I have no idea, but you could probably assume he would do Game 2, but we'll find out. That one up high.
And you can see all the landing spots here from different pitchers trying to figure out where actually to put their landing foot.
0-1 here. Or 1-1, rather. That hits him. So Solis comes into the game, wears one. He'll take his base.
Well, the good news there, Zach, if he is the pitcher, that was not his pitching shoulder.
That would really stink if he's supposed to pitch the next game. He comes in and gets hit. Here's Timothy Evans. He comes in with one out. He has grounded out, walked, and struck out today. Pond on the mound with Solis at first. In for a strike. That infield seems a little bunched in. They're playing away from the line, especially at third.
Yeah, third. I don't know if he's expecting a bunt here or what. Why he's playing up on the turf grass.
That one blocked well behind the plate as Hunton is out of the game. Milsovsky has now come on to catch as we missed some defensive substitutions here for Weare, but that is Milsovsky behind the plate, not Andrew Hunton.
Nice curve there.
It's now 2-1 to Tim Evans.
Evans thinking that he's going to get hit, and next thing you know, it bends back.
Solis at first after the hit by pitch. That one's going to miss. Pond not hitting his spot here. Little Alex Rodriguez on deck. 3-1 coming. Evans late on it. 3-2.
And on the hitter's count, you know that he was trying to send that out towards the bullpen.
He hasn't gotten a hit today. Hasn't hit the ball very hard. He's been late on most of his stuff. Cracks this up the middle. Base hit for Tim Evans, and that's what they were looking for there. Hold Solis at second. And Evans, with a great piece of two-strike hitting up the middle, will keep the inning going for Sweeney.
And still having some issues here with getting the ball. They're throwing it around the infield right now, and just lucky that it did not get past anyone.
It ain't over till it's over. Here's Alex Rodriguez. Hayden Pond on the mound. First pitch. A-Rod grounds it toward the right side with one out. Can they turn two? Foot race to the bag. Out! He got him. They got the out at first. It was close. Alex did not hit that very far. That'll be out number 2.
But it was a great spot there. Really trouble for the first baseman and the pitcher, but the long-bodied first baseman able to just dive. And
Ryder Brown able to make the play. Here's Brendan Shipe. He will hit, as this was the pitching hitter spot. First from Jaden Rodriguez to Isaac Vachon, now Brendan Shipe. Game on the line, 2 down. He'll take a strike, and it's 1-1. Pond moving quickly, trying to get this to game 2. That one popped out of play, and it is 1-2 to Shipe.
Ooh, fans nearly got hit there as it deflected off of a railing and nearly hit him, but thankfully everyone's okay. See if Shipe can send one the opposite direction.
1 ball, 2 strikes. Here it comes. Outside, 2-2. Sweeney's first game of the year, they battled for a little bit, but they kind of lost it at the end. 2-2. Shipe takes ball 3, and the count will run full.
First base is open.
Pierre Mendez on deck. Will he get up again is the question. Here is the answer. 3-2, 2 outs. Here it comes. The pitch to Shipe from Pond. Down the line, and this will continue. He extends the at-bat. That one way out of play.
Thank you to the Parks and Recreation member who's here to go get that foul ball. They're doing their best to...
Here's the 3-2 with the game on the line. Shipe takes strike 3, and that will do it for game 1 of the doubleheader. 7-1 final. Weare will take down Sweeney.
Yeah, we kind of mentioned it earlier in the broadcast, so you knew that this team wasn't the best hitters, but they had great pitching, and that's what exactly Weare was able to do here to get their first victory of the year and the first victory of the day, and we'll see what will happen here for game number 2 in just about a half hour.
Yeah, we'll take a quick break. We'll get the lineups from the teams. We'll get settled, and we'll come right back here on Manchester Public Television. I'm Zach Johnson with Kyle Heavey. We'll be back for game 2 between Weare and Sweeney from Gill Stadium. Thanks for watching.